Hello, everyone, coming to you live from my home office. We were tracking this news while we were doing the show, but we didn't break, so we didn't end up doing anything about it. Queen Elizabeth II officially died today. It was just announced by Buckingham Palace. All the pomp and circumstance in the British media are taking place right now. Just thought I would do a quick reaction video for the initial breakdown of why I think it's so interesting and fascinating. She died after 70 years on the throne. She's the longest serving monarch in British history. She reigned, in our context, for 30% of U.S. history. She met 13 out of the last 14 presidents, except for Lyndon B. Johnson. Born in 1926, so she was 96 years old. And what I think is really interesting is to compare her life to the British Empire. I mean, she was obviously born before the Second World War. Her father reigns during the Second World War. She stands by his side and really internalizes the idea of service and being above reproach. Now, unfortunately, after her reign, her life kind of parallels the decline of the British Empire, of British society, of really British power, and her own children really reflect the times. So Prince Charles, of course, gets caught in scandal, and some of her other children, Prince Edward, namely, and others obviously don't, let's just say they don't comport themselves in the royal standard. Or maybe they do, and we're just learning about it for the first time now. But to me, there's a lot of interesting similarities to Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria, prior to Queen Elizabeth, she reigned for 63 years. Her life also mirrored the British Empire. Her son, also King Edward, let's just say he invited scandal in his own age, dalliances and others. And he was a good reflection of the dilettantish times of the early 1900s prior to the outbreak of the First World War. So what I'm really interested in is, how does the monarchy fare from here on out? I mean, Queen Elizabeth was kind of above the idea of the monarchy. Charles is not nearly as popular. Prince William and Kate, possibly, although they have their own problems. Meghan Markle is a whole other discussion. And so it's just going to be interesting how British society in the year 2022 handles this loss. But I think today, I'm just thinking, farewell to the Queen. I hope everybody is okay in the UK, our friends across the pond. And in general, it's just a new turning point and a new sign of things to come. Like, to me, the Queen really represents, I tweeted this out, was that she is the last connection that we had to a really bygone age. And what really hits that home for me is like a photo of her with President Harry Truman, which there was another interesting statistic actually that came out this morning, which is that the Queen's very first prime minister in her government was Winston Churchill, who was born 101 years before the current prime minister, Liz Truss, who she actually just appointed, I think either yesterday or the day before. So working all the way up to the end, and just truly an extraordinary life. We're never going to see anybody like her again. And thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.